The Ministry of Basic Education's Public Relations Officer, in a telephonic conversation with Today on One, confirmed that only private schools will make the parents sign indemnity forms and that the Education Ministry will be considering introducing indemnity forms to public schools at a later stage. Student Union of Namibia SUN President Simon Amunime said that most schools in Namibia are not ready to open on the 3rd of June 2020 and that the government should be the ones to sign the indemnity forms.
We're very saddened and in fact very concerned with regard to that announcement. We're aware for now they're only saying that it's private schools and possibly to be moving to public school very soon. But we ought to understand that in Namibia we don't have private students or private learners and public learners. All these learners hail from same houses, same streets, they all stay together. So when school resume, it's because government have prepared those schools that they are in a position that there are proper procedures, precaution put in place to make sure that these learners are safe at those various schools. The issue we have is to say that the education of this country is not a privilege, but it's a right. You usually get those indemnity forms when you are going for tour, when you are going for other luxurious arrangement where the parents have the right either to decide that my child is going or not. But when it comes to education, it's a right as enshrined in the Namibia Constitution, which government must bear the responsibility to protect. So it's not up to the parents to sign those indemnity forms, but it's government that have to take full responsibility in making sure that whatever happens to these children at the school premises, that government will be held liable.
The Landless People's Movement LPM Student Command Element leader Duminga Dala said that schools are not fully prepared to reopen and that government is risking the lives of our learners unnecessarily.
We reject the idea of opening the school, of the reopening of schools tomorrow, because there has not been any sound scientific measures put in place to ensure that the livelihood of the children are actually protected. Moreover, many schools have displayed no infrastructure readiness to resume operation in a safe manner, and many of the schools do not have personal protective equipment such as sanitizers, face masks or mask shields to provide for the learners. So therefore, Therefore, the lives of the learners are actually in danger. And majority of the schools, especially in rural areas, they do not have toilets and running water. And moreover, how do we then reopen the schools if we have a lot of dilapidated infrastructures, especially the schools in rural areas? They are falling apart. So then how do we curb the further spread of COVID-19 if we reopen the schools tomorrow? Moreover, also the teachers have not been trained with handling the teaching environment in light of COVID-19.
Dala in conclusion added that the e-learning platforms were never successful as learners living in rural areas never had appropriate access to school material.